Good morning everyone, my name is Christian from Two-Headed Wolf Gaming and welcome to Shadowrun Returns as we continue the journey of Wolf. Let's check the area out. Let's see what these people are on about. Algernon, let's call him that. Past the bar, the edges of the safe house become somewhat indistinct due to the magical haze surrounding a particular elf. The man seems only half of this realm, his mind wandering the far horizon of astral space while his body peddles his otherworldly wares. Good evening, young human, and welcome to this humble home that we call the Union. I am Alierno's half-dream. To ease your way through the sixth world, I offer you the best in magical foci, spells and fetishes for the conjuring of spirits. Well, let's see what he has, just as an idea. So he has plenty of spells. Let's see, is there anything else? These are consumable. Summoned a force 1 fire element, the fetish is consumed when used. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's talk to this guy. Eric Mertzman. Change your clothes, change your life, right? Not only will you look better, not only you look bad now or anything, but each one will help you keep you on the right side of the ground. Take a look. Show me what you have. So we can get ourselves an LA Punk. I guess the clothes are pretty much the same, right? Only a black hat, I think this is the only thing that's different. But nothing. There's no upgrade there right now. So we'll talk with this guy. Theodore Buster Gubberman is a well-groomed orc, dressed with a precision that suggests the straight lines of a military officer's uniform. His hair is cropped short, high and tight, as they say, and the neatness this presents is only compromised by the uneven tusks protruding from his mouth. The only other defect in his picture of perfection is the man's cybernetic right arm, which is obviously enough to be noticeable, but not so obvious as to ruin the line of his suit. When he speaks, the orc's voice is soft and thoughtful, and he talks almost exclusively in numbers. Calibers, ranges, rounds per second, arc of fire, razoring factor, tensile strength, and of course, price. Bunker Buster Gruberman at your service. Friends call me Buster. I also answer to Sergeant, Sir, and even Theodore on occasion. Anytime you're in the market for firearms, ammunition, or ordnance, I'm your man. How can I help you? What exactly do you sell here? Things that go bang in all shapes and sizes, plus other odds and ends, on occasion. Consider me your own personal armory. All weapons are guaranteed to meet strict UCAS military spec or your money back. In addition, I can handle routine maintenance, repairs and upgrades if you so desire. And if that wasn't enough, I also teach a safety and instructional course every weekend. This week we're covering bayonets. Mark my words, they are making a comeback. Let's see what you got. So as far as weapon goes, let's see, does he have anything that could be useful to us, that could be an upgrade? And I think the answer to that is, at this point, no. Nothing right now, thanks. Let's see what this guy has. I'm guessing he has anything deck-like. Every inch of tech alcove is covered in a chaotic patchwork quilt of circuit boards, chips, wires, displays, and a million other things that you can't identify. In the eye of this techno-bit storm stands a dwarf, immaculately dressed and supremely calm. I know that look. Don't let the size of the shop fool you. I can get any Matrix software or softwares that exist. And if it doesn't exist, then I can get it made for you. Any questions I can answer or anything gear you need. What's a deck? What's a program? Let's ask him that. What's a deck? You jack into the matrix or in the context of a run. When you jack into the local node of the facility you're in, the deck determines how many programs and ESP you can carry and the firepower or your base matrix attack. Decks have an IP. When the deck's IP is reduced to 0, you'll get booted from the system and it'll hurt. What's a program? A program in the Matrix allows you to defend your avatar against countermeasures and enemy deckers. There's a wide variety of different programs for attack and defense at different power levels. As you progress as a decker, you can use more powerful versions of these programs. What's an ESP? Johnny, do you want to take this one? Sure, when you infiltrate a facility on a run, you have a team. When you jack into the Matrix, you are all alone. That's where ESPs come in. An ESP is a highly advanced artificial life program which, when deployed, it manifests as another team member in the Matrix. Different types of ESPs have different abilities. Well, let's check this out. So at this point we have Sony CTI 360, which provides us with 3 programs, 1 ESP, 0 evasion, 150 IP, and 2 action points. The next upgrade is better on a few sides, an extra program, an extra ASP, 2 evasion, 175 IP, and 3 action points. And I'm guessing that these are the ESPs. So I would buy first of all these, which is 750. And then Killjoy does -1 AP to a single target, that's pretty good. Reduce alarm state by 4, that's good too. An area effect matrix attacks that deal -50 IP to damage to IC and deckers. Hostile target will take 25 additional damage from incoming attacks for 3 turns. Erodes integrity points. Creates 4 squares of firewall that cause -25 IP when moving through it. This can be pretty good. A powerful attack program directed at one target doing -75 IP damage. What's the difference here? This one is an area of effect matrix attack that deals -50 IP to IC and deckers. Okay. Heals yourself or a friendly target for 40 IP. Shields incoming damage from attacks is reduced by 15 for 4 rounds. Oh, there are some really good ones here. Creates an assassin expert system program. So these are ESPs. Maybe we should have invested more into these and less into the biotic arm that we got. But for now, what I will do is that I'll take the healing. And we'll come back for something else later on. So we're in the stash and we can decide to change something here, right? Remove this and add this, right? And that's about it. I guess the abilities come by themselves. See you later. Oh, I'm being rude. Let me introduce you to our resident decker and my good friend Johnny Clean. While in the same overalls that you saw him upstairs, down here, leaning over a workbench crammed with circuit boards, cables and chips, Johnny Clean seems a totally different person. You get the impression that Johnny was once as hot and as invisible as the most infamous decker today. Good to see you down here. Happy to help if I can be. How is decking used? Let's try this. The decking skill is often used just on terminals in the real world to get information, hack doors, but occasionally a run will have an option or the requirement to go into the local matrix LAN of the facility you are infiltrating in order to gain access to valuable information or control more important things in the real world. Why are you dressed as a janitor? Did I stand out upstairs? No, janitors never do. When I was younger, I had a rep for getting in and getting out of systems so cleanly that no one knew I was there. Half the matrix run that earned me my rep were made possible because I was able to get inside the facility posing as a janitor. Now it's just sort of part of me. Is it true that you are part of the Echo Mirage team? Let me take this one. Listen, I've known this guy for over a decade and he's smart enough not to tell me. So he's sure as hell not going to tell you anything about those days. For your health and his, best to let the subject drop. Okay, I'll see you guys around. I think at this point we are about ready to leave. Let's talk to Coyote. Is there anything else? I found something in the bunk Sam was using. Let's see, did Sam have a sister? Her brow furrows. Yeah, I think he did. He mentioned her once. It didn't sound like they got along that well. Your comlink chips on the screen shows John Dresden, the coroner from Organ Grinders. He doesn't look happy. Dresden, you old bonestone. Good to hear from you. Hey Wolf, I gotta talk fast. Looks like the Reaper got another one. The victim worked at the NTSB investigation facility down at the dock. You there now? Yes, but you'd better get here quick before McCluskey arrives. The image on your PDA dissolves as the call ends. Another Reaper murder? Where? Docs, I've got to go. Okay, listen, I want to help. You dragged me out of the reality before. Something bad happened. Worse than getting my arm torn off, and Sam was my friend. You head to the docks and I'll see if I can track down Sam's sister, Jessica. She might be able to help us. Okay, thanks. I appreciate the help. Let's go out. Let's see. Mr. Delilah. Let's talk to this guy before we run out. Mr. Delilah looks small and tough, with an untraceable shotty on his back and heavy vest under his trench coat. He's got an air of someone who gets things done and occasionally does it them himself. He might be an ex-runner, one of the rare ones smart enough to move over management when he felt his reflexes slowing down. What do you want? Mr. Delilah, we have business to discuss. What business? I've got no business for you. We're with Coyote. She's indisposed at the moment. At the mention of Coyote, he finally gives you his full attention. Why didn't you say so? Coyote is left late and my client is getting action. Where is she? Okay. She's downstairs in the bed. Got her arm torn up. She's getting stitched up. No kidding. Well, whatever. She's tough. She'll pull through. But who are you two? Wolf, he's Paco. This guy that got your goods, what difference does it make? Wolf, he's Paco. Great, we're all introduced. Now give me the stones. Let's give him all the stones. In an instant, there's a jeweler's scoop on his eye. Moving quickly through what appears to be the most valuable stones, he stops when he finds what appears to be ordinary pebble inscribed with Hebrew characters. That's the one. He pockets it. Okay, you done good, but you're late, and Coyote knows that in this case, late equals no payment. But I'm feeling magnanimous tonight, so you guys, you can keep the rest of the gems as a reward. Deal. I guess if we had more charisma, maybe we could have done something here. Mr. Delilah looks you up and down, takes you all in. Listen, you look like the sort of man who might run a crew of your own one day. Might need a little talent. When that happens, you come to me. I'll set you up. He dismisses you with a wave. Looks like you've impressed him. I no offense for those gems. Van Gas, follow me. Find the fence. Optional deliver the stones to Mr. Delilah. No, we've done that. Let's talk to this guy. Vangras is fiddling with his cyber eye while nodding on his PDA. You're back. Still busy. What's your story? Charisma free. I can see you're a busy man. He nods his head. That's right, and? So I wouldn't bother you if I hadn't come into a possession of these rare stones. You have my attention. You have his attention. Rare stones, huh? Let's see the rare stones. You hear the servos in Vangras' cyber eye whir as the magnifying lens slips into position. He bends his hand over the stones for 2 seconds, maybe less. Where'd you get this rack? A gumball machine? I'll give you 1,000 for them. Okay, maybe we can get a bit. I'll think about it. Suit yourself. Let's see if we can get 5 charisma after another quest. Where are we with charisma? This is intelligence, willpower, charisma. Okay, so we could get pretty soon 5 charisma. Let's take our way out, go quickly to the South Docks. The South Seattle docks. Leaving the Seamstress Union behind, you head to the docks. The Reaper killed Sam, and maybe he or she slept up with the latest victim. Left some useful evidence. Only one way to find out. South Seattle is your typical industrial gray area. Grit, grime, and gray. The rain doesn't help matters any. Layers of dirt mixed with abandoned wood pallets repurposed into makeshift furniture for the day workers. Garbage collects in the gutter of the broken down streets. Disreputable is this district's middle name. Your destination, the National Transport Safety Board warehouse, is located on a small strip of dock towards the less maintained end of the waterfront. Despite the presence of those who linger in such places, it's quiet as you approach the gate. Good, so let's get around here quickly. A streetwalker. Let's talk to her, see if... Hey, you looking for a good time? Know anything about NTSB? Yeah, the bums around here have been stealing old crap from the place for years. Not worth any time though. I guess we should go... Let's go look at the investigation. And maybe we'll come back to talk to a few people. The Lone Star Guard. The guard looks bored. He toys with his gun absentmindedly, like he might shoot something on a whim just to watch it die. Hey, you're about to trespass on corporate property. You look to get dusted, street scum? I'm working with the coroner bronze. Okay, I'm here to see the body and I'm the new maintenance guy. This is my first day. Let's do this. So you are, and I'm Lofi, the king of dragons. Beat it. Okay, that didn't work. Can I tell him? Ooh, we don't have the option there anymore. Huh. Let's try to get... Hey, that's mine. Who raised you? A pack of wolves? That there's ladder is rightfully mine. I'm not taking it far. I just needed to move over the fence. Oh, you're breaking into the NTSB warehouse too? If you see any of them airplane blankets or pillows, snag me one. Okay. So now we're about to sneak in. I guess we could have talked to her, see if... Since that guy is bored, maybe we could have found a way to... I don't know, entertain him or something? Let's see... Where do I use the ladder? Here? No, it doesn't look like it. Do I need her to distract him? Let's see. Hey, you look... not me, a friend of mine. I needed to have some fun with the guard by the fence around the corner. She looks at you knowingly. Alright, 20 buys you a 5-minute distraction. Then I've gotta get back to work and earn some real new yen. Good. That's a big gun you have there. Tender issue, ma'am. Okay, well, let's go around. Let's check this area quickly. See if we can grab ourselves one of those blankets for the guy outside. Seems to be some loot over here, so I wouldn't leave without stealing anything. Okay, that's 0 damage. Send it to your stash. This one could be replaced here. Do you see anything else? Well, nothing important. Nothing that I can give to that guy outside. Inside the largely grey warehouse is as typical as the outside. High ceilings adorned with grinders and rickety catwalks top a huge utilitarian room. Concrete and steel walls meet a concrete floor. This is a place for storing things and nothing more. Despite the quiet on the outside, the inside is a hornet's nest of Lone Star officers going about their business. In the center of the activity is Emerald City Reaper's last victim. With uniforms everywhere, no one stops you at the door. It seems this case hasn't leaked to the press yet. Lone Star or no, you've got a job to do. Officer Aguirre? Unfortunately, I think we have... Busy right now. Wolf, talk to Aguirre. Okay. You again? How'd you find out about this murder? The press hasn't even picked up yet. I have my sources. Listen, officer, I'm just trying to do right by a client. Mind if I look around? Whatever, I have better things to do, like find myself Emerald City Reaper and make something of myself. We've gone through the researcher's computer and I have a suspicion that this is a copycat crime. The victim worked here at NTSB warehouse as a black box researcher. NTSB? The National Transportation Safety Board. This warehouse is used to go over the wreckages from plane crashes and try to determine what happened. The Vic was in charge of their highest priority investigation at the moment. We've gone through the victim's computer and his case notes indicates he was selling secret. Idiot kept records. Scientists don't make that case peeling corpse. Not the wisest. Scientists don't make good criminals. Tell me about it. Some runner like you probably offed him to cover up his corp master's involvement and tried to make it look like the Reaper's killing. Here's the office key. Check it out for yourself if you want. Okay, so that's the door. Let's see, is there anything I can do here? Like we could talk to Dresden and Shannon Half Sky. Let's talk to Dresden. Wolf, still working for the dead man? He chuckles. As you can see, we've got another Reaper victim on our hands. Looks like a busy business is good for a Delilah morgue these days. So was the story with this. You look like you've been putting in some overtime, Dresden. What can you tell me about the victim? The victim is male, mixed Native American descent, age 38. Based on the condition of the body, it looks like he was killed around 2 in the morning. And yes, I'm a little tired. Bodies have been piling up like cord work, it seems. Cause of death unknown. Several internal organs were removed from his body after the death, quite gruesomely. I'm not sure if the killer even knew what they wanted before they started cutting. Not much else to tell, really. He does have a lot of pre-existing scar tissue, so he probably had a major surgery at some point in recent history. Unfortunately, with the organs gone, I can't determine the nature of the surgery. Nice hole where his chest was, so... Okay. Nice hole on his chest. So what was on his shopping list? The killer's shopping list. Well, the killer definitely took the lungs. The more I look at it though, the other missing organ may just be eviscerated within the chest cavity. How's Officer Aguirre doing on the case? He seems like a real go-getter. Aguirre would love to solve it before McCluskey and get his gold detective shield. Plus, he'd love to see McCluskey suck it in front of his superiors. He's already tried to bribe me to keep information from McCluskey and slip it to him. I'm inspired by their tireless pursuit of justice. Did you take the money? He grins from ear to ear. Do you have any idea how much this job pays these days, sir? I don't think Aguirre's officer's salary is going to do much to seduce me into helping him. Is McCluskey any closer to getting the suspect? McCluskey couldn't find his ass with both hands. Don't tell him I said that though. Sounds like the Reaper is taking a different trophy from each victim. Sam's liver, the guy's lungs, any theories? Sorry, I don't do theories. I'm just a scientist who happen to prefer dead people. However, while there was a massive damage in the chest cavity, I can see that the victim's lungs were transplants, which is interesting since another victim's missing heart was also a transplant. Granted, modern medicine has made organ transplant relatively easy, but it is an odd coincidence. But as a scientist, it's just that, a coincidence. This is the only third body I've personally examined. One of the other branch managers handled the other two. If I find more of the victims had organ transplants, I'll let you know. Who's the woman over there? No clue? She just showed up next of kin, I think. I'm going to take a look around. Good luck out there. Shannon Halfsky, you're not a cop. She looks up, watching you warily. I'm independent. Nope. Who's the thief? That's a bad way to put it. I see you've been praying. Do you know the deceased? Yes, he's my older brother. I've asked Bear to help me speak to him. She shakes her head, looking like one who has found herself lost for the first time in her life. But I'm afraid his spirit is too disoriented by his recent journey to answer me. You're a shaman? Yes, for all good he's doing me. If I could make contact, I might be able to deliver justice and allow my brother's spirit to rest. Were there any other witnesses? Not as far as I can tell, not among the living anyway. Realization then dawns, bringing the light back into her eyes. But my brother's spirit might not be alone here this night. She closes her eyes and concentrates, drowning a low chant you can barely hear. Yes, there are others. Other spirits who may be of help. Her features harden in frustration, and as if she's searching for something that remains elusive. Singing, she opens her eyes and fixes you with a stare. But I can't do it alone. What do you need? This warehouse contains the spirit of plane crash victims trapped between worlds. They wish to help. They wish to be heard. And I think they have something to say about my brother's murder. Lone Star won't let me in there, but you seem to have the run of the place. If you can find personal items that belong to the victims, I believe that I can summon a spirit to speak with us. I'll need at least 2 such objects. Can you find them? I'll do what I can. Okay. Well, let's just go around. Let's explore the area out. There's something here. This appears to be the victim's locker. The door is slightly ajar. Inside you see several of the dead man's personal items. Inspect toothbrush. The blue toothbrush is still wet from being used. It smells of mint and cigarettes. This appears to be the victim. Okay, inspect the comb. As you reach for the comb, the hair on the back of your hand stands on end, and when you take it off its little shelf, your heart thrums in your chest. Heart. This must be one of the items the shaman was looking for. You pocket the comb. Okay, what else do we have here? This is the computer. Okay, let's check the computer out, see what we can do. The computer is locked with a 2-factor encryption key. We go for taking level 4, send a dummy token upstream, and packet sniff what returns. The autocrack in your DREAM program easily pieces together a real token from the data within the returning authentication key. The cyber terminal unlocks. Let's lead the first note. Case file 95. Okay, from the Federate Boeing jetliner IDN. Anyway, the plane had several mechanical issues resulting in Mayday at 3:04 AM. I guess this is a bunch of stuff that we don't care about. This was redacted. The file has been corrupted. Read the researcher's private notes. The notes appear on screen pertain to NTSB case file 96, the crash on RS jetliner near the UCAS and Sios Nation border. The crash is reportedly the result of an equipment failure. Reading further into the investigator's notes, however, you find substantial evidence linking the crash to an experimental Ranraku research initiative. This information could be worth a great deal to the right buyer. You download the research notes on your PDA. Leave the computer. Okay, let's try to find a few more items. You don't need to go. You don't need to go right now. This is the poster of a young woman. Let's see what's on this side. Okay, a few more items. There's a large pile of old shoes on the ground next to the airplane seats. They could be discarded luggage or possibly the shoes worn by the occupants of the plane at the time of the crash. Dig through the shoe pile. Sorting through the shoes, you realize that there are 3 shoes with no matching pair. A left blue sneaker, a right red heel pump, and a left black dress shoe. Let's go with the sneaker. The sneaker is a child's and has musty, sweaty smell. Oddly, you get a sort of shock as if from static electricity. When you touch it, this must be the one of the items that the shaman was looking for. Let's see this one. The pump is a department store knockoff of an Italian brand. It is otherwise unremarkable, and the dress shoe is just a shoe. So we found 2 objects there that we could use. Let's see what else is here. It's hard to say whether this heap of items and refuse recovered from the plane crash or simply trash that hasn't been taken out yet. Dig through the trash. A sticky substance of some sort seems to have seeped through the trash piles, and your hands are quickly covered with the stuff. After searching for a minute, you unearth a handful of interesting things. Let's see, inspect the earrings. The earring is made out of burnished steel, formed into a shape of a small salmon. An intense primal fear washes over you as you touch its surface. This must be one of the items the shaman was looking for. Inspect the dented box. There's nothing. Inspect the cred stick. Surprisingly, the cred stick is still functional. You slot into your PDA and 200 yen is added to your account. Cool. So let's go over here. And let's talk to her. It feels like you have found enough objects. Yes, here they are. You hand her the objects you found. She closes her eyes and chants over them for a time. When her eyes open again, they're filled with tears. Thank you. These items are all I need. It shouldn't take me long. What the hell is this? Officer Aguirre trails after the detective, only meeting your eyes for a moment. She's the victim's sister, sir. This is a crime scene, officer, not some Salish drum circle. That's her brother. Makes it her business. Watch your tone, she's mourning. Shall we be tough? That's her brother. Makes it her business. No, that's a corpse, which makes it my business. Now get the hell out. Come on, if we stay much longer, I'm liable to do something I'd regret, or worse, something I'd enjoy. Okay, 5 karma gain. Before we talk to her, I will be spending the karma first of all on the charisma. Right here. This offers new etiquette. We might be thinking about something like that as well. But the next one, increase the power of the Decker's expert system programs in the Matrix. Yes, we'll go with an extra level of intelligence there, so we can equip this one soon. That man is an ass. She stirs daggers at McCluskey from across the warehouse. But there's no helping it now. I should just be grateful you were able to collect these items before those clods carted everything off. Can we still summon the spirits? Not from here, I'm afraid. Spirits such as these have domains to which they are anchored. We need to get back in there. We'll come back later once the coast is clear. Rent a corpse like this won't tie up the place for long. Not looking good now, but do you have any plans for this evening? Let's go. Rent a corpse like this won't tie up the place for long. Agreed. I expect it will be clear by nightfall. You sure you're up to this? It may be a rabbit hole, but I have to get at the bottom. As long as you can deliver, if it means your brother's killer doesn't take another life, then yes. Thank you. Now, since we have the time, we should probably enlist some help. They may post security overnight. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say you know where to find these kinds of people we need. Just smile. Good. I'll put up the money. If you find the bodies. She produces a fistful of crumpled onions from inside the leather pouch, starts to count it out, then shoves it in a whole wad at you. Meet me back here at midnight. The spirits will be strong then. Okay, we got a lot of money to recruit a lot of people, so I guess this is what we're gonna do next. For the moment, I hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day.